Hey y'all, what's up? So, I just got done listening to Kendrick Lamar's surprise album that he dropped today. The first song is called Whacked Out Murals. In my opinion, Whacked Out Murals was a good intro, but it doesn't really give you a full idea about the whole album. Like, it's a good intro for the album, he popping it or whatever, but it definitely ain't the best song on the album, like, at all. The second song is called Squabble Up. The song samples Debbie Debs When I Hear Music. If you don't know that song, I mean, don't even consider yourself an old soul or old school or anything of that nature, because you are not. I'm not gonna lie, I could see the West Coast eating this song the fuck up. Like, literally. Could definitely see them playing this in the club. It reminds me of Not Like Us a little bit, but it's also still very different at the same time. Like, I feel like his flow is just a little bit different than Not Like Us. But honestly, because it sounds like Not Like Us, I feel like he was just playing it safe with this song, for real, for real. The third song is called Luther. Now, obviously, well, this may not be obvious for everyone, but this is a Luther Vandross and Cheryl Lynn sample. The song is called If the World Were Mine. If you don't know who Luther Vandross or Cheryl Lynn is, don't call yourself an old soul. Don't call yourself old school, because you're not. Anyway, I love how Kendrick Lamar and SZA's voices harmonize together throughout the song. The song it's kind of soothing, for real, for real. The fourth song is called Man at the Garden. As a lot of Kendrick Lamar fans know, Kendrick Lamar is very spiritual, very religious. And I feel like Man at the Garden kind of reminded me of the Adam and Eve story just a little bit. Throughout the song, he's constantly reiterating, I deserve it all. He's talking about all his accomplishments, all the different things he's done for people. One of my favorite quotes from that song is, I see you as a human first, even when you didn't recognize your worth. In my opinion, this may actually be the best song poetically on the album, but that's just my opinion. The fifth song is called Hey Now. The song is straight, like, it's cool. It's not as poetic, but it's still fun. I feel like the song has a lot of West Coast sound. I mean, the album, like I said, the album is very West Coast. So that's the most I can really say about that song. The sixth song is called Reincarnated. Reincarnated definitely has a Tupac sound to it. I mean, hands down, that song is fire. He's talking about living experiences through the lenses of others. He also talks about hearing God's voice or communicating with God. And God said something along the lines of, how can they forgive when there's no forgiveness in your heart? I feel like as a writer, Kendrick Lamar probably goes through a lot of self-reflecting and like self-confliction. I feel like he's always rocking back and forth between I deserve it all and I need to humble myself. I feel like he's always like battling between the two. The seventh song is called TV Off, which, I mean, somebody said that was the best song on the album. I wholeheartedly disagree. Again, the song reminded me way too much of Not Like Us. It's fun, it's rhythmic, cool, whatever. I feel like he played it a little too safe. The song switches up a little bit towards the middle, but I didn't like it. Now, the eighth song is called Dodger Blue. I thought that the song had sampled Computer Love because it kind of sounded like Computer Love, but I did my research and I guess it wasn't. The song is slow and chill for the most part, but I don't feel like he challenged himself lyrically on this song. It's just one of those, you either like the song or you don't. Me personally, I would probably not listen to the song. The ninth song is called Peekaboo. I'm not gonna lie, the beat, straight as hell. Like, I fuck with the beat heavy. I say hands down, the song is a banger. Definitely very West Coast, very California. The beat and the way he rode the beat kind of reminded me of E40, but he didn't sound like E40 at all. The 10th song is called Heart Part 6, where he's sampling Use Your Heart by SWV. I'm not gonna lie, Use Your Heart by SWV is literally one of my favorite songs ever. I grew up listening to that song thanks to my mother. She played that song to death. I would say that song is very poetic and storytelling. The 11th song is called GNX. Now, in my opinion, the beat is very confusing. I'll just go ahead and play it for y'all. didn't know how to feel about the beat when I first heard it. I don't know. Oddly enough, though, the more you listen to it and the more sound that the producer adds to it, the more the beat starts to make sense. It's actually kind of crazy. And lastly, the 12th song is called Gloria. SZA is also featured on the song. The song, to me, sounds really good. If I'm not mistaken, the song is about the relationship between him and his woman, and I guess how loyal she's been to him and all of the trials and tribulations they've been through together since before he was famous. I think SZA complimented the song really well. My overall review on the album, again, very West Coast, very California. There were a lot of features from West Coast artists, some that I've never heard of before, which was pretty cool. Definitely had a lot of 90s samples. The album was somewhat lyrically challenging. I'll rate the album like a 4.5.